Hello, and welcome to Colleen's Corner. Today we wanted to start a four-part series on the epidemic of loneliness around the world. And the reason we chose this topic for this time is many people really struggle with loneliness over the holidays. And so we wanted to send some encouragement, possibly of some things that you could consider if you are one of many individuals who struggles with loneliness around the holiday season. So today I just wanted to point out some statistics created by the Surgeon General's office in the United States. And there's been similar data that's come in around the world, but the reason he's declared an epidemic of loneliness is on a daily basis, 33% of Americans are saying that they feel very lonely and they're not connected to anyone. The number of people who are reporting having no friends has actually quadrupled in the last 30 years, from 3% of people saying they don't have a friend to talk to 12%. And even more alarming is that that used to be a problem of aging, that we would look at the older than 65 population as being more limited in social connections. But interesting that the new data is that the largest percentage of people who are feeling that kind of daily loneliness and lack of connection actually is the group of individuals under the age of 40. And so we're going to explore that in today and in the next three podcasts. Wanted to give a definition of how loneliness is being framed. And it is a distressing feeling that comes from unmet expectations of the types of interpersonal relationships we wish to have. That would be the secular definition. And so a lot of the solutions that are being considered really have to do with, government getting involved in, making sure that we can be connected in a variety of ways. Where from a spiritual standpoint, the spiritual root of loneliness is not the absence of other people, but an absence of something internal that means that we don't have a centered awareness of our true self. And so we oftentimes need other people to define who we are. And so when we understand from a Christian perspective where loneliness comes from, there are many tools and even scriptural references to things that God wants for us, because it would not be his desire for us to be lonely. So just so we don't go too long for today, I just wanted to suggest that for the holidays, if you're a person who's had a lot of loss over the holiday, we're walking with a number of people right now that have had really critical losses of people in their lives, and it just can be really, really difficult. Understand that it's okay to walk through this season and not be happy and cheerful and feeling like you need to look like the holiday commercials that huge families are together and everybody's happy. I don't feel that that is accurate of what's happening in most homes across our nation. And then as you look at the world with all the unrest and war, it's a very, very difficult time for a lot of people. I think one thing that's always helpful from a spiritual sense is to actually focus externally on ways that you can help other people, you can be praying for other people. And so there can be a connectedness in the spiritual that doesn't necessarily have to be running around in the natural, connecting to a lot of people. And so there's a concept called Blue Christmas that I think can be really helpful, where if you put a Christmas tree up and there's some things where you just really are struggling to carry, write that on a slip of paper, make your own ornament, and hang that as a way of giving that over to God, the things that are weighing heavily on your heart. And I probably would say the other thing I would encourage you to do is to actually ask the Lord to send people into your life or to speak to the issue on your behalf. He will send people. He will assist you. All you need to do is to call out for help. Name your loneliness to people who may have no clue that you even struggle. But it is a place where oftentimes it's an indicator of what's happening internally with you. And God certainly wants to provide connectedness and shalom in your life. So hopefully that helps get you started. I look forward to the next three Colleen's Corners as we dive deeper into this issue. God bless you, and we will see you next week.